14 days ride from here, there's a town. And in that town, there's the fattest bank you ever saw. And it ain't nothing but a cheese box. What are you telling me all this for? I'm gonna need some help to take that bank. How come you don't do it on your own? 2 men ain't enough. I never saw a bank 2 men couldn't take.
Another Dead Podcast.
Did you guys see last night in the game? Sam Darnold sees ghosts.
That's sad.
I didn't get the reference, but yeah, weird.
What it means is the quarterback is basically rattled. Like they're throwing the ball in anticipation of a hit that's not necessarily there. I don't see what the big deal is with it, honestly. This is a genuine moment of honesty about his play.
I think there's a much bigger problem. And it's that Sam Darnold is seeing ghosts. Like, who do you think he saw? Geno Smith? Mark Sanchez? This is serious, guys. The NFL needs to be real serious about investigating this paranormal activity.
I know who they should call then.
So you actually said that Sam Darnold was going to be the first quarterback to put numbers up against the Patriots.
Whew. I didn't say what kind of numbers. I mean, goose eggs is a good bit of numbers, double zeros.
I mean, it might be a little while before we see that because they have Cleveland this week. It's in Foxborough. They're going to do the same shit to Baker that they did to Darnold, which is like zero blitz the fuck out of him and rattle him. This will be a test for him.
Dude. Yeah.
This will be a big test for him because they're going to throw everything at him. I mean, if Baker comes out of this game with fewer than 2 interceptions, I'll be surprised.
He's going to need an exorcism. So many ghosts.
Oh, my God. You know what he's talking about, right?
I don't know what he's talking about.
When a quarterback's like, I'm seeing ghosts out there, or when somebody's accused, it's like years ago, they used to accuse Brady of seeing ghosts, i.e. he was like scared in the pocket. He would throw the ball before, you know what I mean? Before,
Okay.
like, in anticipating. It's a turn of phrase in football.
Interesting.
So when you're sitting on the bench saying, I'm seeing ghosts, it's not like, come on, man. What did you think he was talking about?
I had no idea what he was talking about.
Trick or treat? I don't know.
They got in his head, and he was just letting loose shitty balls in anticipation of pressure that he thought was going to be coming, even when it wasn't coming, i.e. I'm seeing ghosts.
If you say so.
I mean, I didn't know what it meant, but I know the coach was pretty upset that ESPN aired that part of it.
The coach is mad. The players are mad. The team's mad because it's showing that their starting quarterback has a huge vulnerability that the Patriots just exploited, that other teams can now exploit.
I don't know. I just think the Patriots are really good. I think this he can easily just go bounce back next week. I don't think this is... Man, everyone made a huge deal about this today.
They did, but
It seems overblown.
it is. I agree. I don't think it should be something. I thought it was kind of interesting that he was there, just acknowledging what's actually happening to him.
You guys really want to overblow something? Adam Schefter last night said that Tom Brady is setting up to become a free agent.
Yeah, Schefter's full of shit.
Did he stay at home today? That's a bit much, huh? Like, how much ambition do you have for your job that
So
you just...
Schefter says Brady sold his house in Massachusetts, and his trainer or somebody sold his house, which may or may not even be related to Brady selling his house. But he didn't mention is that they just bought a house in like Connecticut, still in New England, albeit closer to where his kids are going to school and where Giselle works in New York City. So I don't know what. I assume Schefter did this to kind of like drum up some, hype on Monday Night Football. I don't think he actually believes that.
You don't think he overreached? You don't think he has some sort of responsibility with him becoming sort of the authority on breaking news in the Twitterverse? For him to be on that big of a stage and say something like that, man, it holds a lot of weight.
Schefter's probably one of those guys that doesn't have inside connections with the Patriots locker room like he does with other locker rooms. So it's like he probably doesn't feel like he has any bridges to burn there anyhow, because the Patriots organization is not like that.
What bad do you have to say about the Patriots right now? Nothing. You can't talk about the offense.
Well, then Steve Young's out there like, well, every quarterback wants to beat every team, and maybe it's like that's such a how fickle do you think Brady is that he would just go play for another team under the hopes that they get scheduled against the Patriots and he gets a win against all 32 NFL teams?
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what team's willing to let him go? Nobody, man.
Why would he do that? He has the best situation.
It doesn't even deserve conversation, honestly. The move probably has more to do with his family, which Giselle, she like makes more money annually than him anyway. And they have like the 3 kids. Like if the family moves somewhere, it probably has more to do with those other members of the family than it does Brady. Again, he still lives in New England. And that's just a lot to go on, right? Like he sold his house. Oh, he must be thinking about moving to another team in the free agency and then just figuring out a motive later, as opposed to the wealth of evidence that he wants to stay a Patriot his entire career.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Especially right now. Everything's going so great. I just think he just said it, man. I think he said it just to kind of cause some kind of riff, some kind of little oomph on the
For
team.
what? Like, what a weird play for Shefty.
It draws attention, man.
That's his business, man. That's what he does. Just throw something out there, get a little buzz going.
I have less respect for him after today.
Well,
Cue the music.
he's right.
Yeah.
Brady plays for like the Jets next year.
The Browns.
Schefter's like in a mental hospital, like in a straitjacket. I told you. No one believed me.
Someone give me my phone. Well, the NBA opens up tonight. The Pelicans are down to the Raptors by 4 at the moment. We get to see LeBron and Anthony Davis here in a little bit.
Oh boy. What do you think they're going to get dusted by the Clippers or what?
I think it'll be a close game tonight. I took the over on the game. I think it was at like 223. It was actually lower than
I see it at 224 right now.
224. Okay. There it was.
And I have Lakers by 3.5.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Man, if LeBron and Anthony both stay healthy, they're really good. And now with the news of Klay Thompson probably going to be out the whole season, the West is
Open.
a little more open for them.
Open.
Okay, so you got Houston,
Oh
you
my-
got Denver, you got the Lakers, you got the Clippers. Anybody else? That's it. That's it for me. That's even close.
You're not putting Portland in there?
No. Overrated. Soft. Can't finish series.
About the Kings?
Not yet. I mean, to me, this year, they will be last year's Clippers, which is really deep. Probably will have better than 500 record. May cause some trouble for people, the weeks leading into the playoffs. But first round bounce, even if they get in.
Kind of excited to watch Dallas play.
Oh, yeah.
I love Porzingis.
Yeah. Well, it's Porzingis.
And
What about
Luka.
sweet Luka?
Well, that's just like the fucking Eastern European connection, right?
He's like the Baker Mayfield of the NBA.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Well, Nick, should we adjust our bet? And can I just pay you $50 now that Zion is missing time already for our Rookie of the Year bet? Can I just take a discount?
I think you owe us both 100 first.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the picks.
That is
Yeah.
true. I already told him earlier, man. He's got to stop betting us right now because he's not doing too
Yeah.
well.
I'm also 3 Niners wins away from another hundo. So let's keep that in the back pocket.
Yeah.
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 Let's make some more bets.
Right?
I don't think I've ever lost a bet to Stassi.
You got a pretty good streak going right now. Very rare streak. You're on.
Rare. Rare.
Some would say unprecedented.
Who would say that? There's so much precedent.
I don't know you guys' betting history, but I know it so far with me and Andrew, and you're not
Not doing too good, is he?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, extrapolate that by like 5 more years or 6.
I don't think I've lost a bet with Stassi yet.
It's rare.
Man,
A lot of times he'll get so worked up he'll just give you the field.
I think the day I do lose to him, it'll be like a Mike Tyson type thing. Like I won't know what to do.
It's blind
Lose
conviction.
it.
Blind conviction backed by money with no odds, just straight up. So the closest he is to winning a bet against me is this Dwight Howard bet.
It's looking pretty good.
This season just hasn't even started yet.
Hey, if you stick around long enough, we can watch the game together.
He's got to stick around long enough.
The great thing about it is I get the field, and that's why I made the bet. No matter what team he's on, I get the field.
It's not like getting the field, though, because we made this bet so long ago. I mean, we knew he had years left in his career. So we knew he was
Yes.
going to bounce around, and he certainly has.
But it is getting the field in every instance of him playing basketball. Him winning the championship any
Yeah.
given year means I get the field that
As long
given
as
year.
long as he wins a championship in any capacity as a player before he retires.
Right. And the likelihood of that happening versus the likelihood of any other thing happening on any given season. Yeah, that's
Hey, man. Adam Morrison, 1-2.
cash that in. I'll be checking my Venmo at the end of this year.
JaVale McGee is now considered one of the most underrated and valued players a team can have. And he used to be one of the most
no.
made fun of players.
Oh, no.
Facts. Truth.
Move on.
He's not winning one.
Well, who then? In the West?
Clippers, Rockets, Nuggets,
I like Nuggets.
Pelicans.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Can we talk about New Orleans sports medicine? So Zion's going to miss the first 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what team. Why do we always have these disasters?
So there's something about Pelicans doctors. I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently the Pelicans just have like a really shitty like staff of doctors.
Where'd they get him?
Anthony Davis has alluded to this before. I don't know. Some witch doctors, Marie Laveau shit.
Yeah, but Anthony Davis is always hurt too. Look, he just went over there to the Lakers and he's already, I stubbed my finger. Oh, my elbow, my shoulder.
He's playing tonight, though.
Yeah, he is playing, but
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get injured. He's gonna fall down on top of Dwight. They're both gonna be out for the season.
Over under. Does he play 60 games?
Over. Honestly, he's lasted fairly like he's fairly durable. Like he's had some injuries, but he's played a lot of games.
It's always minor. He gets dinked.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's soft.
Soft.
Okay. Guess he's soft.
Yeah, he's soft, man. He's soft.
Come on, man. How many blocks per game does he have to average to prove to you that he's not soft?
He's a great player, but when it comes to being hurt, he's soft.
Wait, did he shave his unibrow?
No.
No.
I thought that moving to LA might be the final nail in the coffin for that thing.
No, he said that's a signature thing he
It is a signature thing. I just didn't think that wouldn't fly in LA.
Didn't he trademark it?
How do you trademark a brow?
No one else can wear unibrows.
Yeah.
Everyone else has to shave by law now.
Yeah. What are you doing with that? I'm gonna sue the fuck out of you.
Just like LeBron with Taco Tuesday. They're perfect for each other,
What
man.
the fuck was he thinking?
They're idea guys, Drew.
I'm gonna trade me out. I'm an idea guy. I came up with Taco Tuesday. God, dude,
Well, just because you didn't come up with it doesn't mean you can't trademark it.
he's so stupid.
I think he should have gone to college.
Yeah.
His mom goes to college.
Go.
And tonight, the World Series begins.
Go Stros.
Yeah, go Astros.
I guess I'm going to pull for the Nationals.
You guys want to play a fun game? Name me one thing you actually know about baseball.
I know the infield fly rule.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I know that usually a camera operator in a baseball game will pan around and they'll look at a dude, and that guy will chew a bit and spit or turn and like he'll do something, and then they'll cut to another person, and that person will be chewing or whatever.
Per every sports movie.
And when that person makes like an action, like they take their hat off or spit or whatever, then they cut to another person.
That's pretty accurate.
So that's something.
I know that every game the dugouts are filled with sunflower seeds and bubblegum.
And Shaw.
Yeah, we should definitely cover baseball.
I just find it so. Look, here's my thinking on baseball, right? It's kind of the same way I feel about golf. Is it like I could focus this decade, the last decade, and this upcoming decade on like NFL and NBA and stuff like that. And then like, should I make it a couple more decades? There's plenty of time to catch up with NASCAR, golf, baseball, to sit down for a long time and watch TV sports. You know what I mean?
NASCAR.
Yeah, dude. NASCAR. I could see myself getting into that at some point.
I enjoy being at baseball games.
I like how stat-based baseball is. This guy, this is what he does year-to-year basis. You know what I mean? This is who he is.
Production.
Yeah. It's like everything is fucking measurable.
Let's peruse the NFL. I want to start with the Baltimore Ravens. Are they really maybe the best team in the NFL?
This was a huge win in Seattle. A very convincing win for them. I was kind of on the fence about Baltimore, whether they were, a legit team or not. But that game kind of convinced me. Lamar Jackson, like, he'll just move the chains, regardless of if it's working in the air or not. He's got that Mike Vick-esque speed to him.
Do they have the best weapon in the NFL in Lamar Jackson?
That's tough to say.
Yeah.
I would put like Pat Mahomes above him, just by virtue of the fact that when he's not playing, the Chiefs are not really a feared opponent.
We call a lot of guys dual threat quarterbacks, but generally still that mold of quarterback has still taken more of a significant share of still being a passer. Lamar Jackson is truly like speed wise, like per takeoff, he's the best running quarterback in the NFL, which is why I asked the question, do the Ravens have the best weapon going forward into the playoffs? Because, I mean, that can totally change a game.
It's not necessarily the best weapon. If you said I had to choose between Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather the quarterback that can pass better than one that can pass okay and run really well, if that makes any sense. Always going for the passer. It's the same reason why I would take Pat Mahomes over him.
I think Lamar's a threat. Like Andrew just said, his passing game isn't quite there yet. If he had a little bit more accuracy on some things, I would say, yeah, he's definitely probably the biggest threat. But right now, his inconsistency with his passing.
I guess my perspective when asking that question is he's more unique, I feel, in terms of what he brings to the table of any quarterback out there right now. And he is the most unique when his ceiling is maximized when he is hitting the throws. So he, in my opinion, harder, I think, to game plan for.
You have another crush. This is just like Chief Keef.
That's a great song.
I mean, he's good and all, and I'm giving him props on a huge win in Seattle that I didn't think that they would win. So,
well, okay.
I think they had that division sewn up I think they're playoff bound in the AFC. It's their path is fairly clear cut. It's through the Chiefs or it's through the Patriots, in my opinion.
So, best team in the NFL. Go.
New Orleans Saints.
Agreed.
As much as I hate to say this, is I'm going to have to agree with you guys. The way they just destroyed my Bears. Wow. And the Bears are kind of sucking it up right now, but with Drew Brees out, Alvin Kamara out, the Saints' defense is stopping a lot of teams from putting up points right now. And it's making their offense be able to come together. Crazy.
I didn't get an update on Eli Apple's situation. What's the extent of his injury?
He hyperextended his knee.
Okay. He'll probably be out this week and then through the bye and then be back, I imagine. So yeah, that was my big takeaway from the game is that a slaughter with our second string running back, or no Jared Cook, no Alvin Kamara. We got Bridgewater. And it sucked to lose Eli Apple in the end like that because he was playing so well. But yeah, if they stay healthy going forward, this season right here is, I hope, what we were denied last year. I hope it shakes out to be the Super Bowl that I've wanted to see for years now, which is the Breeze-Brady Super Bowl. I think that this era of quarterbacks, if it passes us by without us getting to see that Super Bowl, it would just be a huge injustice by the football gods.
So Vegas needs to make it happen.
Like Belichick and Peyton, right? Breeze and Brady on the tail ends of their careers. Two stout defenses. Just playmakers all over the field. That's what I want, man. That's what we were denied last year. It needs to happen.
I think the Saints' defense is a lot better this year. And I do have to say that they have probably one of the best schemes for blocking punts, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're so deep.
Deep.
We touched two of them.
It feels like an elite SEC style. You know what I mean? Like whenever you watch an elite SEC defense just completely manhandle other teams.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when you watch them play. Like, how many guys are going to go to the Pro Bowl for the Saints this year?
The camaraderie that team has right now is going to be really hard to stop them, man. When Drew Brees comes back, they're going to have a crown ceremony where Bridgewater hands the crown back to Drew Brees because he stepped in perfectly with no transition problems except for the end of that one game when Drews went out. But, dude, they're really, really stepping up to the plate. All the backups, the first string, everybody. They're looking damn good, man. And not a lot of people are really talking about them like they should be.
Well, they're not going to be ranked ahead of the undefeateds, but you can look at the undefeateds, their schedules, who they've played. I feel like the Saints have had more quality wins, had tougher opponents. They've been tested.
I mean, what they just did to the Bears defense, they made them look like I was watching a bitty football team, man. And the Bears are my team.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Can't guard Mike.
Well, a large portion of the ESPN crowd today was talking about the Packers.
Oh, yeah. They deserve to be talked about, but Aaron Rodgers does this every now and then. Just completely shred a defense in Lambeau.
Yeah, they just feel streaky to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think they're good. The Saints just feel so intimidating. The Saints feel like the Patriots.
Yeah.
The Saints are
If
intimidating.
you watch that game, the Raiders could do nothing to get to Rodgers. He was comfortable all game. And when he wasn't comfortable, he was smoothly rolling out and finding somebody. I mean, you have to get him out of it. I imagine the Saints would have something drawn up way better in that situation, which we we might see that in the playoffs. I imagine we will, actually, because I think they're going to take that division.
Well, today, the 49ers traded a 3rd and 4th round pick for Emmanuel Sanders. And they won a really ugly game at the Redskins. I know the weather was ugly.
That was not an easy one to watch.
Do you think Emmanuel Sanders makes them a lot better?
I think it makes them better. I don't know to what degree.
I think it makes their receiver core a whole lot better. Emmanuel Sanders wasn't really getting the ball like he should because of Cortland Sutton. I think he comes in, man, and he's going to make a big old difference. Because now, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on Kittle.
Yeah, they've got a wily group.
Yeah.
You put somebody in there now like Emmanuel Sanders who can catch the balls. But again, you're putting it into the hands of old Jimmy, man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But he does have a wily group of guys that are really talented. Tevin Coleman, Breda,
I like Garoppolo.
Kittle, Sanders.
But it makes sense by virtue of what Clement was saying is that you can't have Kittle be your primary receiver. If anything, you need somebody, at least a threat in the slot or outside, like Sanders can play, to take pressure off of Kittle. And Sanders is not that old. He's still got some life left in him.
That division feels eerily similar to the way it was about 8 or 9 years ago.
It feels like the best division in football.
Scary.
It feels like the most competitive, at least. Because at the bottom of that division is Arizona, 3-1. They're looking scrappy. This Chase Edmonds kid comes out of nowhere, 3 touchdowns.
And that one at the end of their record makes it really interesting at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, that one might haunt them and the Lions. But I think the Lions this week have kind of pushed themselves out. A loss to the Vikings, a loss to the Packers, and that tie. I don't think that they can't take that division anymore.
They're the only division with every team at 500 or more win percentage. Crazy.
Right. Seattle will bounce back. The Rams are coming off of a stomping in Atlanta, so they're happy. Seattle gets to do that this week, actually. And then of course Dan Quinn's gonna get fired.
Pete Carroll makes me laugh every time I see him. I'm glad he's in the NFL.
Just chomping the shit out of that gum.
Dude, it's so bad. Just
Killing
the
it.
whole time, man.
Yeah, he's fired up. He's like 78 years old or some shit. It's insane.
Kind of looks like Dick Van Dyke or something.
Yeah.
I heard that he can hold himself up like hanging from a branch with just biting the branch for like 3 hours straight. Just saying, that's what I heard. I think he's got like a Guinness record.
It's like a pit bull training. He has like one of those things that he jumps on and just swings in the backyard.
When do you want to weep about your Lions? Captain Kirk! Captain Kirk!
I just talked about the Lions.
Do you like that?
See, Kirk is going to do this to you guys. Kirk is so good at doing what he does that he even might get me convinced, and I'll probably be the last one to be convinced. And exactly at that moment is when he will let everybody down.
They're the most exciting team to watch coming into the season.
I can't wait. I can't wait till they do what they always do. The inevitable bed shitting. It's coming. It's not coming this week because this is the revenge game, right? They got the Redskins.
Whose revenge would it be?
Captain Kirk, he's playing the Redskins this week. His former team.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Revenge? Like, dude, he upgraded.
Yeah, I know, but he can't love the. He wanted money out of them. You know? They refused to pay him.
Yeah.
It's AP's revenge game as well.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a revenge game. There we go. That's a juicy angle.
Dude's got like a high and low ankle sprain, and he's like, "No, I'm good. I'm good, coach."
He's
Man.
so playing. Yeah.
That makes sense to you, and Kirk's doesn't.
Yeah, way more.
I don't understand. Kirk wanted to play for the Redskins. They refused to pay him. You think he has love for that organization, for Dan Snyder?
He's an idiot.
Who is?
The Redskins suck. It's a terrible organization. It's with the Vikings now. Much better.
You know Kirk, but don't you think Kirk wants to just destroy them?
Yeah, the Vikings roster is about 6 times better than the Redskins roster.
Okay, not disputing that. Do you think Kirk has it in his heart that he wants to beat this fucking team badly?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. I get it.
He's gonna have another one-liner right here.
What do you think it'll be?
Give me the money.
How about them apples?
Yeah, you like apples?
That's what it's going to be.
Cause I got the contract I wanted. How about them apples?
He hides apples in his jersey.
Scores a touchdown, pulls them out.
Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
You like apples?
Enjoy it while it lasts. The bed shitting will come.
To be honest, I think Minnesota's gonna pull out the division.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Packers. Top to bottom. I don't know. Aaron Jones is really good. He has made the Packers very lethal in the recent weeks.
I mean, Jamal Williams, you can't count him out either.
There's also this fella.
When Aaron Jones ain't in the game, Jamal's been putting up numbers as well.
I can't think of his name. Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. He might make a difference in that matchup.
Yeah, who's that?
Says here he's
Jerry Seinfeld?
50 times better than Kirk pants shitting Cousins.
Lock it.
That's what it says.
How about our Chargers? So sad every week.
Yeah, how much did they cost you this week?
No, it's not. Let's not go there.
Too much.
It didn't cost me a lot. It was the potential that was
Right.
dangling.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Every week. Like how
It's rough.
do you score 2 touchdowns by not an inch, get them reversed, and then Melvin Gordon fumbles? I think Melvin Gordon would have been better off just staying at home and going somewhere else next season, pulling a Trent Richardson, getting one more check
Yeah.
because he looks bad.
Yeah, it's Austin Eckler time.
Can't wait.
He ain't been doing too good, man.
Are they done this season?
They need to Belichick the shit out of Melvin Gordon.
I mean, how much longer can Rivers go?
2 more years. He's a young man. He needs the paycheck, dude. You got like 20 kids.
I mean, is he doing that bad though?
Not really. His throwing motion is so fucking weird these days. Like it was always weird, but in his older age, it's just getting so strange.
I always like to blame losing on quarterbacks. They're probably going to do what they did last year, and they're just going to just win every game in a week or so. And they're going to win out, and they're going to hope that they make a wild card in front of 27,000 fans.
They're always in wild card contention. Always.
Is the XFL also going to be played there?
Oh, in their little stadium. Is Vince McMahon running the show again?
Oh, yeah.
So you know it's going to be good.
It's going to be so good. You think
I
Tom
can't
Brady's
wait.
gonna retire and go play in the XFL with Antonio Brown? Break all the records
No.
for the short-lived career of the XFL?
There's no way he's going to play in the XFL and just get fucking injured.
Do you think it's gonna survive?
There's going to be so many fucking injuries in the XFL, dude. It's going to be a bloodbath out there. There's no way he plays in the XFL. There's no way anybody of his caliber plays in the XFL. You might see Sam Darnold in the XFL someday. You might see Baker Mayfield. You know,
The XFL is gonna fizzle out.
I feel like Gardner Minshew was meant for the XFL, but he's got some staying power, so it would have to be later in his career.
How many years do you think the XFL will last this time?
What was the one that was like came up and left in like 2
The
months.
AFL.
What happened to that? The
They
Alliance?
ran out of money. Yeah, it was. I don't know what happened.
They ran out of money.
They didn't have enough money to continue the season.
Jesus. Where were they
After
going to
this-
get the money from? What was the
after the
business
second
plan?
It
Like,
went to
what
shit.
they draw up a plan? Like, this is our 2-month plan?
It was pretty much like the Fire Festival. You've seen that documentary?
Ew, the Fire Festival.
Yeah, I think we've all.
The greatest thing that never happened.
I think the XFL has a few years in it, at least.
No, I don't think so, man. It's gonna bottom out after the second week.
Y'all want to play fantasy XFL?
I do.
Nice.
Absolutely, I do.
Can you even do that? Can you play fantasy?
I want to
XFL?
support it because I want there to be another football league.
Let's figure it out. Let's start the app.
Joel.
I want high school players to go to the XFL and the XFL to be the feeder league to the NFL. You know what I mean?
Eliminate college altogether.
Just fuck college. It's so stupid. It's just a money racket. Get shit out of here. Have Vince McMahon buy you a fucking Bentley instead of Nick Saban. And then you don't have any dumb laws or whatever, stupid bylaws that you're breaking. You want to get into week 8 picks?
It's time for some motherfucking picks.
You should do some picks. You are the king, my friend.
I'm on top.
Indeed.
What's my record?
24-18.
And who's in second
I'm
place?
21-21.
That's you?
Yeah.
And who's in last place?
That would be me with 20 and 22. But
Hey.
I had the best record of last week with picks.
He did.
Absolute scrubs. Thursday night, we have the Redskins at the Vikings. Vikings are favored by 16. Over-under's 42. I'm taking the Vikes.
I'm also going to take the Vikings. With Kirk Cousins throwing 2 touchdowns. And again, Dalvin Cook running over 100 yards.
That one's going to be easy. Vikings.
You don't think the Redskins have a shot?
Nope.
Not much to really say about this game,
Nope.
other than it's a Cousins revenge game.
No.
All right, Giants at Lions. This is the Sunday noon games. Lions favored by 7. Over-under's 49.5. I'm taking the Lions at home. And a big bounce-back game.
Every time you take the Lions, they tend to lose, so I'm going to have to go with the Giants.
Okay. I mean, I took them twice.
And they lost twice.
Yeah. Gonna buck the trend right here.
This is where I get my picks back.
Stassi?
Your Lions aren't as good as you think they are. The Giants, we're going to try to figure it out. Saquon is back. Yes. The Giants.
All right. Tampa Bay at Tennessee. Tennessee's favored by 2.5 points. Over-under's 46.5. This should have been if Mariota wasn't benched, this should have been the Mariota versus Winston,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
from the draft like years
Oh,
back.
man.
Oh. Doesn't that suck?
God, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mariota's first game in the NFL? He threw like 4 touchdowns.
I was at your house in the backyard
It was amazing.
watching Red Zone, drinking screwdrivers. Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, dude.
Probably ate Popeyes twice.
No doubt. Double up on Popeyes. I'm taking Tampa Bay in this game.
I am going to also take Tampa Bay. They have a good team, man. They just keep coming up to some hard battles, but Tennessee is nobody right now. Going with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay has the superior all-around team. Their offense is clearly better than Tennessee's, just from a standpoint of who is going to be able to execute and score points. It's going to be Tampa Bay. And hey, their defense is something that's up and coming.
I'm assuming that Vegas has Tennessee favored in this game because of Winston and the Titans defense and how they've been playing. I'm just going to assume that Vegas feels like Tennessee's defense has a bit of an edge on Winston and his passing ability. Regardless of that, I think that, like you said, there's way more playmakers on the Buccaneers side. And the Titans offense, I feel like, is non-existent. It's just the Derrick Henry show.
Yeah, the Titans right now feel like they are in the laboratory working on the blueprints of what they're going to be later on. Tampa Bay is just much more of a complete prototype of a team.
Right. When Jameis gets comfortable, if he gets comfortable, he slings it around, and he's got Godwin and Evans and Braid, Howard. There's just so many great targets for him to hit.
And he's hungry, and he just wants to eat those W's right now.
Chargers at Bears. This line opened at -4. They were favored by 4. I think it's 5.5 points now they're favored by. The over-under is 40 points. I can't for the life of me figure out why the Bears are favored by that much in this game.
I mean,
Does anybody know?
because the Chargers can't win a game if it's given to them. They don't know how to period the sentence. And that's why.
I'm taking the Chargers.
This is a toss-up game, in my opinion. I think it is a
The
little
Chargers.
lopsided.
I'm taking the Chargers. Fuck what you're saying. All right. This is classic Chargers, right? You're like, yeah, the Chargers don't know how to win a game. They, you know what I mean? They just bumble around and they're idiots and da 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 da. I think they win this game, like handedly.
I'm gonna have to go against that, man.
Well, of course you are. You little bear cub.
I can't go against my team, man. Bears all day, man. Bounce back win. Trubisky comes in, throws 3 touchdowns. Bears.
You say touchdowns?
Yes, touchdowns.
Damn.
No, he said first downs.
Unlike Madden?
I'm hoping Madden takes over and comes in, but
Yeah.
They have that option on Trubisky on the wristband. He he asked Madden.
You're gonna want to run the draw. It's like it's 3rd and 18. Well, run the draw. What's your pick, Stassi? Let's go.
I am also going to go with the Chargers for the 3rd week in a row and hope.
I love your strategy for trying to beat me.
it's just making the same picks, huh?
Making the same picks and then there's like 1 or 2 games he veers off. I'm gonna start making him pick first and just see what kind of differences we have. How does that sound? All right, so you took the Chargers. Moving on. The Jets at the Jaguars. Jags are favored by 6.
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jets. Darnold is not bad. He might be seeing ghosts, but they're friendly ghosts. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man. Do not be afraid. The Jets will bounce back. I think they're actually a good team. And Jacksonville is interesting, but they lose Ramsey. This team has been so dismantled over the past 3 or 4 years. Do you remember how much potential they had when Bortles was there? They could have really won, like gone far if they would have just had a quarterback. When they were Saxonville,
Yeah.
at this point, it just seems like all that is over. That entire era is completely done. I think the Jets are just on a different upward trajectory. Even though it's an away game, I like that underdog as well for Vegas. That's probably another one I'll include on a parlay.
Great. Clement?
I think Sam Darnold was just overwhelmed with the defense of the Patriots. Maybe one of the hits kind of revamped his mono and kind of put him in La La Land where he saw ghosts. But I gotta go with him here, man. They're not as bad as they played.
Oh, that's good. Well, y'all are both wrong. The Jaguars are going to clearly win this game. Darnold will continue to see ghosts in the form of Calais Campbell and Marcel Darius and Miles Jack. That front 7 of the Jaguars in their home stadium. And Gardner Minshew with the stash is going to light it up on that defense. Jags, easy, -6.
Minshew's mojo is running out.
It's only just begun. Next game, Eagles at Bills. Bills favored by 2 points. Over-unders 42.5. Stassi?
Yeah, dude, the Eagles suck. I'll take the Bills. I'm just gonna admit it. It's that is another team where that era is just completely over now.
Don't you think that's a really low line, though, considering the Bills are 5-1 and Philadelphia has been blown the fuck out by so many teams.
I agree. It doesn't make sense.
Vegas, I think, doesn't believe in the Bills.
It doesn't even matter. The Eagles are another team. The Eagles almost look like the Chargers. Like they don't know.
I think their
They
defense
can't
is
do
one of the
anything.
worst in the league. At
They,
least
they also
through the
can't
air.
score any points.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have a lot of problems. Carson Wentz is not playing well. I understand Deshaun Jackson's not there, but Alshon's not just going to get it done for you forever. Like you need. I think that they haven't aged well since that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the Bills as well.
Man, I'd make some crazy picks, but this here, the Bills struggled with Miami, man, and I don't care what anybody says. They struggled with them. They didn't look good. They haven't really looked good at a couple of games.
That's true.
I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles here, man. I say they pull it together for this one game against the Bills, and they pull out a win. It's gonna be a hard victory, but I think they get it here, man.
This game's also in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Bills Mafia is going to be hyped the fuck up. Dildos on the field, all that. We'll see. We'll see though. Because your point is valid. Miami, they were in that game all the way until the very end. Like the score doesn't read that way because the onside kick was returned for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But
Can you even take any game that involves Miami seriously, though?
But I don't know. I don't know if they're the worst team. I still don't know if they're the worst team.
They're a college team right now.
I don't see it that way.
Like Miami and Cincinnati.
Miami is like West Virginia right now.
What is Cincinnati?
Terrible.
Yeah. Jesus. So glad we live in the
I don't know.
SEC. I don't even know what that feels like.
Yeah. Speaking of Cincinnati, let's move on. The Bengals at the Rams. Rams favored by 13 points. Over-unders 48.5. Taking the Rams, obviously. The Bengals are on a downward spiral, and there's no end in sight. Dalton's horrific.
They're headed for the wood shredder in Fargo.
I mean, fantasy-wise, you might get some garbage time, Auden Tate yards. There might be some small silver linings to this game for spectators, like fantasy spectators, but for everybody else, this should just be a complete blowout.
AJ Green should do what Carson Wentz did. Just ask to be straight up released, and if they don't comply, just retire until they give up, and then he comes back rested, and he can play football again. He's been wronged.
Speaking of retired and coming back, you heard this stuff about Andrew Luck like hanging out at the Colts facilities?
What did I tell you?
What's he doing?
Dude, he just needed to not have the pressure on him to do anything. And now that has been lifted, he's going to heal so much better. He's going to be able to, get comfortable. And in like 6 months, he's like, hey guys, I tried to make houses and here we are.
They don't look like shit.
He has got the neck beard. It's so scraggly and wiry. It's just
Hey coach, I'm back. I'm ready to play some football now.
I can't wait to be sitting in a bar and reading that on the ticker.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Poor Jacoby Brissett, if that does happen, because he's been playing great.
Well, he's gonna go somewhere and get paid. He'll Matt Flynn his way into something.
I don't know, man. That's our next game here. Did you pick Clement?
I'm going with Rams. There's no question about it.
Broncos at Colts. Colts favored by 6. Stassi?
Yeah, I think the Colts got this. It's at home. Denver seems like they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's an easy one.
Yeah, Colts all day, man. Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I feel like the Colts are like this dark horse team this year. Nobody really expected anything of because of the Andrew Luck retirement.
They're the Chargers.
And they're just but they're winning these
They're
big
actually
games.
winning.
Well, right,
Yeah.
but they're the Chargers they're the Chargers that we usually know. That's what they feel like to me.
But the Chargers that we usually know lose the games that they should win.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they beat the teams that they should lose to.
I was thinking of better times with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just a streaky team that is a dark horse at all times.
What's his name on defense? Darius Leonard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
fucking monster.
He's a bad man.
Yes. They have some players on that defense. The offense, like I said, Brissett's making things happen. He's not turning the ball over. He's
He's
just
doing well.
playing solid football. They have a good I like that team. You know, they have that big win against the Chiefs.
If Andrew Luck's there, they're way better.
Do you think?
Oh yeah.
I think so too, but
Did you see him last year?
Yeah, Andrew Luck steps him up.
it's crazy to think though that had he played this year.
I don't know how much cortisone he did.
Well, he's in Germany getting like fucking fetuses injected into his shoulder or whatever.
Hey, faster recovery.
Weird shit they do over there.
Maybe that's why he retired. I let that sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. All right. Afternoon games.
You don't want to talk about the Seahawks and Falcons?
Where's that one?
1
Yeah, that
o'clock.
one's not on there. Maybe they didn't list that game to bet on. Well,
Is that a noon game?
It's a noon game.
okay.
Why is that not even listed? Is it because the Falcons are done?
Yeah.
I don't need any notes for this one. The Seahawks are winning this game, and the day after is when Dan Quinn's going to get fired, and they're going to use their bye week, the subsequent week, to figure out, what they're going to do as an organization. They traded Sanu already to the Patriots. They're starting to sell. And I think that trend continues. I think they're going to
Do you
slowly
think that's what they need to do?
I think they're going to slowly start to break this team down and rebuild it.
Sometimes I feel like if they just got rid of the administration in there that's running the on the field product of the Atlanta Falcons, that maybe the results would be different. Do they really need to tear the whole thing down? They got a quarterback. Whether you like him or not, I mean, they have a quarterback that's better than most quarterbacks. And when I say most quarterbacks, I mean, I would say he's a top 12 quarterback.
He's going to be sick in the XFL.
You think it's gonna?
No, I mean,
He's gonna read ice on the back of his jersey.
He's got nice stats and all that. I doubt his conviction in crunch time. I just feel like he's always gonna fuck up somehow.
Why waste Julio's good years trying to rebuild, though?
Trade Julio, get draft picks. Fuck it. You could get top dollar for Julio right now. Why not do it?
Well, they can't now.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, they're out of contention in terms of the division, playoffs, and all that. So that's why I think that this is going to happen sooner rather than later. I don't think they're going to wait till the end of the year to can Quinn. Hey, can Quinn.
I can't wait.
Hashtag can Quinn.
It's gonna be a fun day in the media.
So we all go Seahawks?
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget the last 1 o'clock game.
What did you have there?
Saints and Cardinals, guys. Come on.
Well, I don't have that one.
This list sucks.
It does. What's the line for that game? New Orleans favored by 9.5 points.
Is it in the dome?
Yeah, it's in the
Yes.
dome. Over-under's 48. Obviously, I'm taking New Orleans here.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints.
The conversation has been Drew Brees can technically probably play for this game.
He shouldn't.
Yeah. Being that the bye is the following week. You agree with that?
They're just posturing.
He should just rest up for 3 weeks and
Yeah, the only reason they're even kind of alluding to that is to keep the Cardinals on their tippy toes for the game plan, dude. That's the only thing. He's not playing.
I wouldn't play him, but I guess I'm going to take the Saints.
yeah, you are. Is that all the noon games, Clement?
That would be all the noon game.
All right, so we have Panthers at Niners. Niners favored by 5.5. Stassi.
Carolina has been so surprising this year, but there's no way they're winning in San Francisco this weekend. I'll take the 49ers.
I'm going to have to go with Carolina, man.
Whoa!
My pick is going to be the Panthers. They're going to come out and they're going to actually be the first loss for the 49ers, man.
I agree with you. I think they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this one. C-Mac is rested. Kuechly's rested. I think that they just deliver the first L to the Niners on the back of Christian McCaffrey. I think he'll have like 45 touches this game. But
Has he done the Chunky Soup commercial yet?
I don't know. But I just think that he can expose them. Sean Kyle or Mark Robert, Steven John, whatever the fuck the quarterback's name is serviceable enough, to feed the ball to him. So, and I like their defense against the Niners.
Christian McCaffrey is like the private school creative player in Madden.
Yeah, dude. It's just like a fucking ripped white dude.
Middle of the line, like average, like white dude, but you just make yourself like super ripped and you go out and you just max out the stats 100 and everything.
Yeah.
And that's Christian McCaffrey.
He can catch, he can run, he's fast, he can move, he can run through the tackles, he can run on the outside. He
needs to win the MVP for the sake of the award, because it has become such a quarterback award.
Yeah.
This year, if he can stay healthy and finish the season with the way he's going, he needs to win it.
Well, he's got to set some kind of yardage record if he stays healthy, huh?
Dude.
Like from scrimmage yards?
He's going to reinvent.
Who holds that one? LaDainian Tomlinson, huh?
Isn't it Chris Johnson? We'll look it up.
Like scrimmage yards, like
yeah, scrimmage.
Yeah, Chris Johnson.
Is it?
2009, 2,509 yards.
Yeah. Man, he was unbelievable.
LT was fourth with 2370.
All right, let's go on to Raiders at Texans. Texans are favored by 6.5. Clement, who you got?
I'm going with the Texans here. They seem to be a lot better than the Raiders. The Raiders only have basically Waller. The Texans have 1 to 2, 3 more wide receivers, man, who can actually catch the ball. So we'll go with the Texans.
This is the upset of the week. Raiders all day.
On the back of Josh Jacobs, huh?
Usage.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I just don't think it happens this week. I'm taking the Texans to win at home. I like what the Raiders are doing. Like I said, I think Josh Jacobs has a good game, and I think this is kept relatively close. But I don't think that the Texans lose this one at home, especially after last week.
Who did they just acquire?
The Texans?
Yes, Garyon Conley from the Raiders.
Yeah, the cornerback.
1 day ago.
Well, maybe if Garyon Conley was carrying some type of like bacteria or virus sent by Gruden into
Gary on my wayward son.
Texans facility in order to get everybody sick so that they, can get this game easily won, I don't think they have a chance.
Patient zero.
Yeah. Here's a clunker for you. Browns at Patriots. Patriots favored by 13 points. Like I said earlier, I think Browns are coming off of a bye. They've been looking into this game. Baker started the season probably about as poorly as he could have started the season. The Patriots defense is going to test him every which way. This is all on him, this game. They have the tools to win this game. They just need Baker to perform. And like I said before, if he throws fewer than 2 interceptions, I think that's a positive for him. I don't see any situation where he doesn't throw at least 1 pick in this game, but they have to work around that.
The only tools he needs is an updated LinkedIn profile because he's going to need a new job.
Oh, I thought it was a shovel to dig his grave.
He will also be seeing ghosts this week, and I'm going to have to go with the Pats, man.
See dead people.
So you took the Pats, Stas?
Yeah, I'm
Did I?
All right, I'll mark you down for Cleveland.
No, I'll take the Patriots.
With a triple down bet on the Cleveland.
You guys want to triple it right here?
Triple it?
No. Let's clear the ledger. We'll do a new bet for the next podcast.
The ledger's not clear. We haven't been paid.
We will after this.
What is it, 100 apiece?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yes.
My Niners just need 3 more wins, too.
Yeah, I just need 3 more wins, dude.
Sunday night, Packers at Chiefs.
Dude, Jimmy Garoppolo's going to see a ghost, run off the field, lose his mind on a park bench.
I picked against them
San
this
Francisco's not winning another game.
Another game.
They'll live in the tent city in San Francisco underneath the interstate.
You think they're losing 10 in a row?
Dude, yes.
They're getting 3 more wins, buddy.
It's coming.
You're paying me. Another great bet. All right,
Hey.
Sunday night, Packers at Chiefs. Packers favored by 4.5, and I think that the Packers are going to roll all over the Chiefs.
Whoa, man. All right.
Yep.
No respect.
No, none.
No respect, huh?
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers as well because that team is nothing without Mahomes, man. Sorry.
You know, I was high on the Packers in the beginning of the season, but I think the hype is too much. Oh, I'm going to take the Chiefs at home.
Take them. Who's their quarterback?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Andy Reid. Pedigree.
All right. Monday night.
Are you ready for the football?
This is going to be one for the ages. The Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers, featuring the third string, Duck Hodges, at quarterback. Steelers are favored by 14.5 points. The over-under is 42.5. I'm taking Booger McFarland. This one. I feel like he's just going to have a great time because he knows nobody's watching. So I think he'll just be able to say whatever he wants, and the producers won't be mad at him about saying inappropriate things because they know that this is not that many viewers. So
I hope he talks shit about Adam Schefter.
I do too. I'm actually going to watch this game because I want to hear what Booger has to say, not because anything.
He's going to talk about it. He talks about everything. He's Gossip Girl. Having Booger on Monday Night Football is you get to like hear the echo chamber of what's said behind the camera, like at ESPN. Like he airs it all out.
Yeah. It's great. All right, so I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm going to take the Dolphins here.
Okay.
For no reason. No reason at all.
No reasoning.
I got nothing.
All right, I'll expand on mine. I'm taking the Steelers because I think that they have a good defense. I think they have a very good defensive unit.
Magic.
And I don't think that there's any way the Dolphins can put many points up on them in Pittsburgh. So I think Fitzpatrick's good for about 2 or 3 picks this game. Maybe a forced fumble.
Or 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, and $40 million.
Yeah. Is this another bet we're doing?
No, a new contract.
A new contract?
Yeah. This is what he does.
Fitzpatrick is not getting another contract.
He's going to Denver.
Ever.
He is, I'm telling you. Next year.
He is the quintessential journeyman.
He's going to Denver. He's about to journey his way to the Rocky Mountains. Okay.
And maybe as a backup.
As a backup.
He might play for every team when he's the dust
He's going to
settles.
be Vinny Testaverde.
Like just
44 years old.
All the way around as a backup.
Smoking cigarettes, trying to hike the ball.
It's good money though, man.
Brady's got to be approaching the oldest now, huh? Was Testaverde the oldest quarterback? Does anyone know this?
Oh, it's Peyton Manning.
No, dude.
He wasn't the oldest?
No. No. I know Testaverde was old. Let's see. Oldest QB to ever play in the NFL.
Yeah, just Google it. It's pretty good radio.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go with Stassi on the Miami pick. Just
really?
There. Yeah. They get their first win. I know you just said that the Pittsburgh has a decent defense, but so does the Bills. And they put up 21 on the Bills.
Okay.
They're kind of getting things together. I know it's weird to say. I'm cringing right now, like I'm hunched over. I don't even have my eyes open right now. And I'm like, Miami.
I do think that the line is high. I don't understand why they're favored by 14, but still.
Steve DeBerg backed up Chris Chandler for the Falcons. 1998, 44 years old. Fantasy?
Fuck fantasy.
Fuck fantasy. How are your teams doing?
I'm doing decent on all my leagues.
Dumpster fires?
4 and
Tied
3.
with first for one. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
On a scale of 1 to 5, dumpster fires. How many dumpster fires?
4 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 3 and 4. 2 4 and 3s, 2 3 and 4s. That's where I'm at. Just middle of the road. Just middling.
We're missing LeBron and Anthony.
I'm actually 5-2 in 2 leagues
I actually want to watch that. Let's wrap this shit up, B.
and 3-4 in another.
Gotta wrap that shit up, B.
I can't log into my ESPN account. Oh, well. Let's see what I have. A.J. Brown, Devontae Parker, or Tariq Cohen. Flex PPR. A.J. Brown is versus Tampa Bay. Devontae Parker at Pittsburgh. Tariq Cohen versus the Chargers.
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, I'd go Tariq.
Tariq Cohen, huh?
Yeah, because they're at home. They can play in that shit weather in that shit field. So, Tariq Cohen all day.
Okay.
I got one for you guys to talk about. LaShawn McCoy at home versus Green Bay, or Jamal Williams at Kansas City.
Dude, every one of your fantasy questions involves fucking LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, because I don't
Just
ever
put
know
him
if
on
I
your
wanna play
fucking
him
bench.
or not.
Put him on your goddamn bench and start anybody else. Every week it's LaShawn McCoy or X running back. Dude, the other running back every time.
I like Jamal Williams.
Okay. I just like asking, man.
No, nothing has changed since last week.
Defenses. Buffalo versus Philadelphia or Green Bay at Kansas City.
D-Lo, baby.
Okay.
Home, yeah, for sure.
In the rain.
They're good for I think they're good for a nice touchdown or something. Maybe special teams. Could be a scoop and score.
They always seem to pull that off.
Man, they put on a show at home.
That's such a prominent fixture on the red zone. Is the Bills defense doing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I've got another dumpster fire to attend to. Mark Ingram is on bye. In this league, I also have David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell. So I need a flex play. I've got Jarvis Landry, Philip Dorsett, Jamison Crowder.
Jarvis Landry, Philip Dorsett, or
Landry's
Jameson.
at Patriots.
Yeah.
Dorsett versus
Yeah.
Cleveland.
I'm taking Dorsett.
Taking Dorsett.
I would have said Dorsett if
It's a
they wouldn't
touchdown
have-
machine, man.
Yeah, but
You think Sanu's playing this week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. That shakes it all up.
It does shake it up a little bit. Belichick doesn't seem like the type to just like steal some man's job. You know what I mean? It's probably more of a depth move than anything. I'm still going to lean towards Dorsett.
Yeah, I think Landry's probably unplayable with Baker
Yeah.
at New England. So,
Or close to it. I've got one for you guys.
yeah.
I need to pick up and start. My Mark Andrews tight end is on bye. So I need to. Jared Cook is on waivers. Home against Arizona, obviously. Also on waivers is Eric Ebron, Chris Herndon with the Jets, Vance McDonald, Dallas Goddard, which
Jared Cook all day.
It's Jared Cook.
Yeah.
yeah, because Herndon hadn't practiced yet, man.
What do you think about Eric Ebron last game? 4 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown on 5
Okay.
targets.
Well, that's the best game he'll have this year. And there it was.
I know. They have Jack Doyle there too, so it's like a weird deal.
Yeah, but they rely more on Ebron at the touchdowns than they do with Jack Doyle.
I hear you.
Ebron's kind of outperformed Jack Doyle since day one.
I mean, they're super game plan dependent on whatever happens. There's no signature for them.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What do you think about Chase Edmonds? I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
The kid in Arizona this week against the Saints.
The kid. A grown man.
Well, he goes back to his backup role.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. The only reason he played was just because David Johnson gave him the lead. He just basically said, "No, I'm not feeling it today." Yeah, man, go get you some work.
Is that actually what happened?
That's
He
what they're
said,
saying.
"Nah, I'm not feeling it today."
Yeah.
David Johnson tossed him the keys to the Ferrari and said, "Go ahead, kid. It's your day today."
I feel
You'll see, they're not gonna split that role here. He's still gonna be 60-40, man. He's not gonna do anything less.
David Johnson had like 2 touches or something.
Yeah, he stopped playing. He said he didn't feel it. He didn't think he was gonna be all right, so he just sat out.
He was probably hanging out with Jalen Ramsey and he got sick.
No, Jalen Ramsey was only sick for Jacksonville.
I got the flu going around.
Coach Cliff Kingsbury said David Johnson's back didn't feel right after a couple plays on Sunday. So he's got a lingering back issue. Tell you what, I'll figure this one out myself.
What's going on with these Lakers, man?
Trash.